Excuse me, how much you bench?
About 250.
And we are back at it this morning. By that I mean me, because Nicholas is at work and I'm working at home today, so it falls to me to do the voiceover commentary. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching before we get started. And today's topic of discussion is picking effective numbers during a training cycle, training block, whether it be 6-week, 12-week, or even longer or shorter depending on what kind of style program you're running. So I think it's a good topic. We are halfway through our training block as of me recording this. Actually, now that I look at the Excel sheet, we are a little bit past the halfway mark, and I'd like to give some of my thoughts and comments about where we are in relation to the numbers we picked and how that's going for us. So when Nicholas and I picked the numbers we were going to plug into our Excel sheet to determine what kind of work we'd be doing, we had a discussion about not trying to shoot the lights out on each training cycle, because we didn't want ourselves to train into a fatigue state on a permanent basis. And what I mean by that is workout 1 is pretty good because you're coming off a deload, but it took you a lot to get through it. Workout 2, you still have some of the residual effects of your deload, but it gets progressively harder. And by the time you start week 2, let's say, your body is not recovering as fast as you needed to in order to continue to do the workload you're doing. So whether it be just not enough sleep, or just not enough protein, or we don't have the energy stores to make it happen, it's your body just telling you that we're going too heavy too frequently, and as a result we're breaking down and we can't get back to the level of performance that we want. Consistent performance during the training cycle is of utmost importance. So if I have quality sleep, I focus on my nutrition, I focus on my mobility, I pick an appropriate weight to train at, and I also work on my techniques, then I am working on performing at a high level of capacity, which means over the course of a training cycle, I am going to be far more efficient and my body will respond accordingly. So if I pick a number that is far too heavy for me, so let's say I increase my bench theoretical max to 300, even if I work on good sleep, good nutrition, and good technique, I'm going to struggle continuously with that weight. So to avoid the example previously of struggling with the weights, like I said earlier in the video, Nicholas and I spoke at some length about selecting appropriate numbers to choose from. And as you can see from some of our squat footage, our squat is 310, which you could say, well, why don't you just go to 315? Because the discussion was, if we go to 315, then we might train ourselves into a deficit, like I was mentioning before, and that's something that we definitely want to avoid. So we said, we're going to run it for the 6 weeks. It's only a 6-week program, and then we're going to see how we feel. So the first couple of days, it was heavy as our body adjusted to our new weights. But now that since we're midway through the training cycle, 310 is moving quick. We can do it on multiple different days with multiple different conditions, like I had to go to work or didn't get enough sleep, etc., and we're still able to move the weight in a manner that we feel is good. So good form, good speed, and that's what we're looking for. And if we selected 315, for example, the days that are hard might be even harder, and that would put additional pressure on us that we will not be able to fix until we take a deload. The last point I'd like to make about selecting appropriate training numbers is the long-term implications of it. So while the 6-week program I'm currently running is important and most definitely works for me. I'm thinking of what I'm going to be doing in 2 years, 3 years, maybe even 4 years out, which means each successive training cycle will be coupled to the next. I'm currently going to be building on every single one of them. So if I run a successful training block like I am currently, it stands to reason that when I run it again in the beginning of July, I'm going to be building off what I'm currently doing. Now, if I select something that is far too heavy for me and I don't do what I need to do in terms of how I manage the weight, then how do I build off that? I don't set up myself for success in the future. Thank you very much for taking the opportunity to share this time with me. And Nicholas and I really do appreciate the support we get on these videos. We'll see you soon. Thank you.